So now I want to show you how to get around in the model. Okay, we want to see how we navigate, and it's similar to Revit, but it is a little different. And one of the reasons why we like to get quantities in Navisworks as opposed to just always using Revit schedules is the ability to be able to maneuver and visualize the model and get around easier. And also this selection tree. Those are the two kind of main functions where it makes this whole process a lot easier. So you'll notice we have a view cube here, just like we did in Revit. So you can click and drag the view cube to orbit, right? And then you can also click on any of the corners to automatically zoom to that viewpoint. And one note, if you have something selected on the model and then you click on one of these sides or corners of this view cube, it's going to zoom to fit that thing that's selected. And so if you kind of get frustrated that you can't see your whole model, make sure nothing's selected and then click on your standard views. And you can always hit the home button to kind of get the home view. And so you also have this little navigation bar here where you can change to pan mode. And so if you click that and you left click and drag, it just pans around from the same viewpoint. And you can also zoom to fit a square. So you can drag a box to zoom on, and scrolling up and down zooms you in and out, no matter what mode you're on, whether you're in the hand, which is pan, or just the regular selection. If you scroll up and down, that's going to zoom you in and out. And then here's your orbit. And so you want to make sure that you're on the look around. So, sorry, this is just the look around, which is basically like your body is stationary and you're turning your neck, looking up, down, left, right. Okay, and so right above that is the orbit. And you want to make sure you're on orbit, not free orbit. Free orbit, you can start getting upside down and kind of walking like a drunken sailor real quick and lose your way. So if you click on just orbit, it's going to orbit around whatever the last pivot point was. And the last pivot point will be the last place that you zoomed. So if you notice, when I zoom in over here, it makes a pivot point there. And now when I orbit around, it's pivoting around that spot. Okay. And then here's a really great tool is the walk tool. And so this is kind of like a video game mode of getting around the model. And so you have these feet, and if you left click and then hold it down, and then if you drag up while you're holding down, it moves you forward. And then if you drag it lower than where you started your click, it's like walking backwards. And I'm going to change my render style to shaded, so it's going to make this go a little quicker. So I'm still in my walk mode. So if I left click and drag up, I'm walking forward, and then if I go to the left, it's going to turn left. And so again, if I just left click and then go straight right, it's just going to, like I'm turning. And then if I move up, it's going to move forward. Okay, so I'm going to jump back to home. And then I'm obviously too high. I'm over the roof. So if you hold down Control and then left click while you're in walk mode, down brings you down in elevation. And then if I also hold down Control, oops, looks like I went too far. Going to hold down Control and move up a little more. And then if I scroll up and down, while in walk mode. It's like tilting my neck up and down, so it's where I'm looking. So now I'm going to go a little lower, and then left click and drag, and I'm going to walk straight into the building. It looks like I'm still a little high, so I hold down Control, come down, and now left click and go forward, and now I'm walking into the building. Now I can walk around and see everything very easily. Like I said, kind of like a video game mode. And those are the main ways to get around the model. Oh yeah, and one other really great tool and shortcut is to be able to zoom to fit by pushing page up on your keyboard. That zooms the entire model. And then if you select on any particular item and then push page down, that zooms to just that item that's selected, or groups of items. So if I wanted to find all the doors on the project and then push page down, it's going to zoom to fit all the doors. I can't see them all right now, so if I hit home and then hide unselected, then that just shows what's selected. And there's all the doors, and they all are visible in my window. Now there are also some keyboard shortcuts for orbiting and for going between the walk and select mode. And so if you are in select mode and then you click down on your scroll wheel and hold it down, that puts you in pan mode. And if you again, you can always zoom in and out by scrolling up and down. And then if you hold down Control while if you hold down Shift while you click on the scroll wheel and hold down on the scroll wheel, that puts you in orbit mode. And so those are some keyboard shortcuts to help you move a little quicker in the program.